Hello, hello. Welcome to A Mind Elevation with Shavariel. That's me. May you all be living in peace and safe and having a good day. And to the subscribers of A Mind Elevation, thank you so much for staying with me. It's not a small thing that you give me your time. So I want to thank you for your time and also for continuously watching these videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, if you're coming across this video for the first time, I want to welcome you and thank you for your time as well. But don't just stop there. Go ahead and subscribe. Be in this family of A Mind Elevation. Get in this atmosphere where we are elevating to be better in our lives. So, okay, everybody. So I know it's been a few things happening these few days, and the headlines, the trends that are in today's news now is the Carlee Russell situation. And what I can say about that is, if you aren't aware, there is a story, a news coverage about a young lady named Carlee Russell, whom was allegedly abducted, and 2 days later they found her. Well, she went back home on foot from her alleged abduction. And just yesterday, the police department, was it Hoover Police Department? I believe this happened in Alabama, in the state of Alabama. And the Hoover State Police Department, please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, let out a statement or gave a statement as to the new details that they have been discovering in that case. And so where we are right now is the young lady is home, she's safe. However, a few things have come out that before her disappearance, she saw a toddler walking on a highway. She stopped to see if the child was okay, and in that, she says that a person allegedly took her and abducted her, allegedly. And the police department says that they found no evidence of a toddler walking on the highway, nor were there any police calls to report that a child was walking along the highway. And before Carlee's alleged abduction, what the report said is that she took a robe and toilet paper from her job. So it sounds like her job was at a spa, from what I was told. And then after that, after getting off from work, she took the paper, toilet paper, robe, and then she headed to Target to buy some snacks, some granolas and Cheez-Its. And then after that, that's when she saw a young child on the highway as she was driving to go home, and then just didn't hear from her until 2 days later. Then she came back home. So what we get out of all of that is this. Now, that is made up. The story is made up. We're not going to go back and forth with saying, well, you don't know. The story is strange, and it doesn't make sense, and it is made up. Now, first part is, she says she saw a child walking along the highway, but no one else saw the child. And there were no other police reports to report a child was walking along the highway. Now, there would have been more than one car to stop to see if that child was okay, and they wouldn't have left the child out there along the highway, more than likely. Every situation is different, I understand that. But there is not a plausible moment to say that all those people rode past a wandering toddler on a highway and nobody stopped, or nobody pulled over on the road to call 911 except for Carlee Russell. And The report said that Carlee Russell was on the phone with a relative while she was approaching the child. Well, and the relative said that they didn't hear the child speak or anything. Well, that's not a child. A child talks, a child will cry, a child will be expressive. A child is a child, is also a human being. So you're gonna get the child to say something instead of just nothing. So that part alone already had skeptical outlooks on it, because it's just like, if a child is wandering without their parent there, they may be hysterical, they may be crying, he or she may be crying, and they may be hungry, they may have went to the bathroom on themselves and they need a fresh diaper, a fresh pull-up or something. The child is going to be vocal, is what I'm saying. And then after that, they said, the relative said, after Carlee approached the child said nothing to her. Then that's when she allegedly was abducted. So it's just little things in there that's just like, no, that don't sound right. And then, so she takes tissue and a robe from her work and then going to get snacks. Well, that sounds like she just wanted to disappear off the earth for a little bit. I mean, she's still on earth, but it just means that she just wanted to go get some time to herself and then come back when she was getting ready, or she was tired of being out there in the wilderness. And so here we are. And the thing about that is, this is a channel for that I do on mothering, you could say it's parenting, health and wellness, and business. So speaking to the health and wellness and mothering part, I am not to tell anybody how to raise their children, because I wouldn't want you to tell me. Our children are different. Our parenting skills are different. What we know and have knowledge of is different. Our temperaments are different. Our patience is different. We have different personalities. So what applies to one child is not a one glove fits all. It's not a one child fits all children. No, everybody has different personalities. What I will say is that this young lady's parents, Carlee's parents, is helping her be destructive, is what I'm saying. Because if you are a parent that's going to console your child when they are doing inappropriate things, when they're doing things that are not normal, when he or she is doing outlandish things, and you're going to say as their parent, oh, well, they're traumatized, or they're just going through something, they'll be okay. But that child is telling you that they're not okay. Carlee is saying to the world, to her parents, I'm not okay. That has to be acknowledged first. That is a cry for help, to say or to portray that you have been abducted, allegedly, and then you return on foot to your place of residence, and then continue on this charade like you were abducted, and that is not what happened. You went, sat down somewhere to think about your life, if you're happy, if you're not happy, and then you came back in the public eye to say that you're alive. That is a cry for help. And that young lady needs help. Spirits, no spirits. I know that spirit, because I too used to do things for attention. Not comparing me to her. I'm just saying the spirit smells and looks familiar. When a person is needing attention, or rather an unclean spirit wants to get attention in a way that gets notoriety, publicity, something to be talked about, measures like this will be taken to get that type of attention. And I think it's a distraction to what's really going on in this world. And why do I say it's a distraction? Because number one, the situation was not real in a sense of the alleged abduction. Otherwise, why take toilet tissue or roll snacks before you? Now, it could have been a normal day to where that's where she was just taking it, but it's odd that those things would be taken and then she was taken. And then not only that, it was stuff found on her phone, Google searches about, can you pay for an Amber Alert, and how to take money from a cash register without anybody looking, and going and bus tickets to a different state. So the action was real, in a sense of what took place was real, but what wasn't real was the alleged abduction. And her parents have to really think about this, to say, what are they doing and what part are they playing in this girl's misery? Because that is misery talking. That's dysfunction talking. That's unhealthiness talking. To say that you would go so far as to portray like you are missing and you were not. You went willfully to a place to sit back for a few days or whatever, to gain notoriety, and then come back alive and then project that so and so happened to you when it probably didn't. Now, to the true victims, that you guys, I'm sorry. To the true victims, whatever has gone on with you, and I don't even like using the word victims. If you have gone through a situation where that really happened, this is not speaking on you. So please don't think that I'm shaming you. It's to those like Carlee Russell who think doing acts like this for notoriety, for clout, for popularity, to get their names out there, is doing acts like this, thinking that is okay to do, and it's not. It costs. And to every action, there is a reaction. So to her parents, they are playing a part in her dysfunction, and they have to stop. At what point as a parent do you say, no, this don't sound right? What were you doing taking toilet paper in a roll from your job? Didn't I tell you not to steal? That's stealing. Didn't I tell you not to steal? And you going and you stopping to check on the child. Okay, it's a child. Okay, I get that. But at what point do you say, there's nobody behind it, there's nobody around this child. This child's parents is not here. Okay, how about this? You child, you come sit in my car and we call 911. Don't you move. We call 911 together, and until an officer shows up, or a fire department or an ambulance, then I'll unlock the door and let you out. But until then, no, I'm not letting you out of this car, child. Because that could be a trick too. I remember a few years ago, there was this scam going on where it would say, hey, if you're in Target parking lots or just grocery store parking lots. Nothing against Target. I like you guys. You guys' prices are amazing. Target Circle app is a plus for me. Anyway, but if you were in a grocery store parking lot, do not stop. The scam said, do not stop for if you see an older woman and she looks like she needs help, because, and if she's by a car or a van, don't you stop. Don't you get out. Because it said people were playing this woe is me role, and have somebody waiting in that vehicle, in that van, in that truck, in that car, to take people away and kidnap them. And it's as if nothing happened, because in a parking lot, there's a lot of people coming out and going in. So who was really going to notice unless a person was sitting in their car? But stuff like that. So to as a parent, you would say, look, I taught you better than that, and I taught you to be safe. Don't you ever, if you see a child, okay, it's a child, they need help, okay, you assist, but you take that child in your car, you lock those doors, and you make sure you keep your keys in that ignition, just in case if it's a trick. Just in case if somebody is waiting on you to assist this child, and the child looks disabled or mangled or looking like the child is lost, and there's no adults around, and it's only you that stopped to assist this child. Again, if the child needs help, stop and assist that child. But you make sure you say, look, baby, come in the car with me. But then again, I want to say, don't even do that, because they don't know you. Okay, it's only so much you can do. So even if you put the child in your car, that may not be safe to do, because you could be crazy. And then you taking the child. So I say that to say a parent knows with their child. Like, She said she stopped for this child to ask that the child was okay because the child was wandering along the highway. What highway is that again? And how long would it take for a child to walk this far on a highway for nobody to stop and check on this child? What highway was that? How many yards is that? How many feet is that? Okay. Carly, you did what? And I tell you what, I am not for whoopings. First of all, whooping for me takes it back to slavery when they would whip, but somehow it came to whoop. Whip, whoop. But I tell you what, for children that do things, such things like that cry wolf, we know, I won't say we all did it. No, we all haven't. But with my experience doing that, crying wolf and there's no wolf, a child needs their ass whooped. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, I say that because of this. That young lady made it seem like she was allegedly abducted just to go away for a few days to then come back as if nothing happened. And then because she is so in a state of just trauma and all of this other stuff, allegedly, she's not answering questions. And the red flag about this is if somebody allegedly took you, Carly, you would want the public to know who that person is. You give details of the height, you give details of the hair, you checking eye colors, you checking nose structures, you checking teeth, you checking facial features, you are checking everything so that this does not happen to somebody else. That's a red flag. When they said that no information could be given on the abductor, and it's just like, why not? It's more people out in this world. You mean to tell me you guys won't give any information on the abductor, allegedly the abductor? So that's a red flag. So no, that situation was not the truth. And how dare a person think that that's okay to cry such wolf and there is no wolf? Because this is how you trigger people. First of all, what happened to Carly Russell didn't just happen to Carly Russell. Whoever was engaged in the news and whoever covered the news, whoever was involved in the investigation, whoever was watching like I was, whoever heard the updates on the stories like I did, this affected all of us. And not in a good way, in a negative way. She could have triggered somebody who actually had a daughter or a niece or a nephew kidnapped or abducted, and the case for that person's relative or friend or loved one is not solved, and then this situation happens out of the blue because we don't know who Carly Russell is. I thought this girl was a celebrity or a public figure. No, this is a regular Smo Joe, Smo and Joanne, okay? And this story gets all this coverage. Why? When there's somebody else who really needs help. That is dangerous. And like I said, going back to the person, that could have triggered them into a heart attack. Just thinking about what they went through with their relative and how they still haven't found their loved one, their daughter, their son, their nephew, their uncle, their aunt. And then this happens. So what happened to her didn't just happen to her, it happened to all of us, and I'm offended. I'm offended. That didn't need to happen. That's why I said that is a cry for help. Because when a person goes that far to project something like it happened when it didn't happen, something is wrong. And her parents are playing a part in her dysfunction. And it has gotten so far to be spiritual, because with spiritual warfare, the human body is only in control so much. Now you've got those unclean spirits talking to say, to be blatant with whatever they're doing. Be blatant. Okay, take toilet paper and a robe from your job. I'm not saying actually do that. Please don't do that. That is against company policy. You're not supposed to be taking nothing actually. Go get your own toilet paper. Go get your own robe. But that's how unclean spirits do. Oh, go take that toilet paper. It's just one. Oh, go take that robe. It's just one. Yeah, go ahead. Go get yourself some snacks, and then go disappear for yourself. Those are blatant actions to say, look, I don't care what you think of it. I'm going to do it anyway, and then just pretend like an abduction happened when it really didn't. That tells me the spiritual warfare is deeper than the surface. And her parents have got to stop covering for her. A public apology has to be enforced. Because these parents have to understand what that child does, it's not just what that child does. It is within the family. It's that family name. I was listening to Dr. Tony Evans, and he was giving us his story about his father. And he said his father told him, Tony, when you leave out of this house, you carry the name Evans and you carry the Lord Jesus' name with you. Please remember that. And that stuck with me, because all this time we think it's just about us and what we do. No, that reflects on us, not only us. That reflects on who we follow. If we say we follow the Lord Jesus, that reflects on him. If we say that we love the Lord God, that reflects on him. And we carry our family name, that reflects on our family name forever. That's why it's best to be wise in all of our actions, because it does have an effect on all of us, even to the watcher. For a watcher of this story or a different story where that didn't really happen, to say, look at this mess. I wasted my time watching this. I wasted my energy getting upset and worried over this person going missing, keeping up with the news media. That takes time and energy. Now you're worried over somebody you don't even know. And then they come back and say it didn't happen. A public apology needs to be had, even if it is embarrassing. A public apology needs to be had for this alleged abduction not being real. And let me tell you why that needs to happen, because it is the truth. Number one, truth will always be valuable. Truth will be here forever. Truth will be truth, and it will stand. Not lies. Lies fall. And even if she went to go tell the truth and face the embarrassment, she'll be okay. Because you know what? You're going to have certain people to say, well, she created this whole hoax, but she apologized. She's working on herself to be better. Maybe. But she apologized, and so let's start there. But if you're going to keep up with the charades of this alleged abduction, a lie can only be told so much. A lie begets a lie. So you got to tell a lie to cover up the lie you told, to cover up that lie that you told on top of the other lie. It's a deep rabbit hole of lies. And when the truth comes out, as it is coming out, it only makes the person look bad. So for parents who are watching this, and to other young ladies and other young men who are watching this, Carlee Russell has her journey in this. Don't you think that something like this is okay to do just to get your name out there, for lack of you making your own good effort to be a somebody? I tell you, like they told us in Sister Act, the movie, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. We all got that lesson. That's from the 90s. And it worked for us. It'll work for anybody who works it. It'll work if you work it. That's what a pastor said. It'll work if you work it. Pastor T.D. Jakes said that it'll work if you work it. You have to understand that is not okay to do. You won't be respected. You won't earn respect doing that nonsense. And you will be susceptible to more unclean spirits if you keep attracting uncleanliness. It only has a person lose themselves more when they entertain demons and witches and warlocks and all of this other crap and nonsense and uncleanliness. Stop it. You don't need to do that, and please don't follow this young lady's example. That's not the example you need. Maybe she'll get herself together one day. Maybe. I mean, it's possible for anybody. Maybe. In this moment, I need for people to understand who may be thinking in the same way she was thinking, to be like, well, maybe I can just get my name out there, or maybe I can gain some followers or something, or a brand deal or something if I do what this young lady did. No, don't do that. Integrity, truth will stand. You don't need to do what she did, and it's not good to do what she did. So, and to the parents, you know your child. We all know our children. Those of us who have children, you know your child. If you see there is a dysfunction there, and we all have some sort of dysfunction. It could be overeating. It could be too many sodas. It could be too much sugar. It could be a workaholic. It could be you going to the gym way too much. It could be a over obsession about eating vegetables. It could be you smoking too much. It could be something. Maybe you have to have your underwear color coded in one single drawer, and that's just your drawer. It could be something. But you know your child. You see the signs. And you have to remember, you were a child too. So it's not for us to put down a hard hand on our children because they come from us. And we got to think we did some of the same things as children. Maybe we didn't, but it happened in a different way. It was still disobedience. It was still disrespect. You know your child. When you see something like that, or if you see something like that, because not all children are going to do this, you have to position yourself so that your child, make sure that they hear you and they understand they are the child, you are the parent. There is no games when it comes to that name that they carry. The good word of the Lord in Proverbs said, a good name is beyond riches. That's your name. So as a parent, I don't care if that child is 30. I don't care if that child is 40. As long as they're living and you're living, that child is your child. And you have to have them understand that life is not a game. Crying wolf will only lead wolves to you. You cry wolf, there's no wolf. You had the whole community come out here. And then there was that day the wolf came. The boy cried wolf, nobody believed him. And he got eaten. You tell that story to your children. Then the wolf came, ate the boy up, or mangled the boy. You cry wolf too many times. Who's going to believe you? And a lie is not to be told. And parents, take it to the foundations. You tell a lie, that's like cursing in my house. Oh, you getting consequences today. You gonna learn today. No, we're not doing lies. You tell the truth. I didn't say transparent. I just said you tell the truth. because the truth sets you free. So, hopefully this young lady, Carly, gets help. Not from her parents, because they're enablers. They're enabling her misbehavior. They're enabling her bad behavior. They're enabling, or I won't say bad behavior. They're enabling the things that she is going through, and she's crying for help. They're not listening, so she is looking to the world to save her. And that's another thing. You cannot look to the world to save you. You have to go to God. Lord God and Lord Jesus can save you. He saved me. He can save you too. Same God can save you. So maybe she'll get better one day. Maybe. Some of us have. Some of us will. Then you have a few that won't. But what matters is when we are being told in truth, direct, of what's going on. Hey, what you're doing, it's not good. It's not good. What's going on? And there are certain instances where you're not going to have a what's going on. You're going to have, look, you need to get yourself straight all the way. Okay? What you're doing is not right. And listen to me. I am not an enabler. Get yourself together. And you're going to prosper. If you don't, I am not putting up with you. And I will not be sitting by on the sidelines to say, well, I told him. No. You go about your life then on your own. Okay? You get help. You see a therapist or a counselor or a mentor. You go seek professional licensed help and get yourself together, because what you're doing is not healthy. What you're doing is going to attract more unclean things. What you're doing is creating an attention atmosphere of heckling and scorning and negative attention to our family because of what you're doing. And it's just not you that's doing it. You are reflecting all of us in your actions when you do stuff like that. Get yourself together. It's going to have to be conversations like this with some people, because some people don't hear. Okay? So, somebody give this to Carly. Miss Carly. Look, I don't know what you're going through. And somebody might say, well, it's none of your business. Well, here's the thing. We always tend to say, what goes on behind your closed doors is your business. No, it's not. Because when somebody gets hurt out of you doing business behind closed doors, and it's in a public, and this hurt person goes in public, hurting more people, it is my business. It's my business now. It's hurting more people. This hurt person is going on and hurting more people. And this person is doing things to get attention, crying wolf, and certain things are not happening like they said that they happen. Because you're distracting the public from what's really going on. You are playing the role of a distraction and by an unclean spirit, and that is not good. We got enough to worry about. We got enough to fix. So many things to fix in this world with society. Is so many things to do. We do not need extra added stress. We do not need extra added unreal stories being told. We do not need the extra stuff that is unnecessary. If you need help, get help. Go get help. If you need help, go get help. If your parents aren't listening to you, young lady, go get help. Because I can tell they're not listening to you. They're just enabling what you're doing. To say, oh, shield her from her actions, although I know she said this happened and it didn't happen. But shield her, shield her, shield her. No, if they keep shielding you, you're going to do a lot more extreme stuff to get attention. And by the time that happens, it's going to be too late. for you or somebody that you include in your mess. You don't want that. Do better for you. Nobody is going to love you the way that you love you. But more importantly, nobody is going to love you like the Lord God loves you. Seek Him first. Seek Him first. And He will guide your ways. Follow the Lord Jesus. He will guide your ways. And if you already do that, okay, fine. You may have had a moment where you did something that didn't make sense. Okay, some of us do. But this situation is different because you went so far to say you were missing and you weren't. Yeah, you were missing. You went and missed yourself. You went and missed your own brains. You went and missed your own good sense. Yeah, you missed. You went missing, all right. But it didn't happen the way you said it did. And that is hurtful. Not only to you, it's hurtful to those around you. It's hurtful to somebody else watching your news story, and they could have had a breakdown just visualizing what happened to you happened to their daughter, happened to their son, happened to their nephew, happened to their uncle, happened to their cousin, happened to a co-worker, happened to a friend, happened to a mother, happened to a father. You have to get yourself together for you. And you got to do it quick. Because time is precious. And you have to want better for you. If you're not happy, just acknowledge that you're not happy right now. Do something to make yourself happy. Better your life, better yourself. You can do it. You can do it. As long as you are honest with yourself. You have to be willing. So, may this find you well, young lady. May this find you well. Into the people who may say, is this going to affect, because that's the next topic, is this going to affect the people who really go missing, and then there's not enough publication on their missing? I tell you, like the guy told the press with that pink suit on, Caucasian man, if he's Caucasian, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like he told them. With every call that they get, they have to investigate it, because it could be that one where it seems like, I don't know about this one. Let me skip over it. No, they have to go every call and handle every call and handle every investigation. This is just, this is one of those ones where it's just like, this wasn't real. But don't let that deter you from the other people that do go missing. Don't let it stop you. You keep searching for those people. You keep searching for that child. You keep searching for that man, that woman. Because we're all somebody's children. We have a mother and father. All of us do. And if mama and daddy didn't love you, you have a grandma that loves you. A grandma and grandpa. If you didn't have that, you have an aunt and uncle. If you didn't have that, so on and so forth. You have somebody that loves you, and they want to find you. So, do what's right. Do what's right. May this find you well. And pass this to Carlee Russell, her parents, those who you may feel be going through something, and instead of them just getting the professional help that they need, or getting the help that they need, give them this video, share it with them to say, hey, I see you, I hear you, I hear your cry. I see it in your actions. You're not okay. You told me you weren't okay. But it seems like you're not okay. Don't just, Send it to him. Send it to him. And so we'll talk again soon. May you all have a good day. And thank you for watching.